Welcome back, everybody. Today, I want to do a look back at Saekano, how to raise a boring girlfriend. I normally do this as channel member videos just because I don't think people much care about reviewing some of the past stuff. But the reason why I'm doing it here for you today is to show you what happens when Bushiroad really messes up a release and the lessons that they can learn from it. Of course, hopefully they do that. Just go back in time and be like, was this a really good release or not? So we're going to do that here for you today. Now, there was a booster box, there was a trial deck. This was released on October 28th, 2022. The most important part of all of this is the fact that there were no signatures in this. You can see there was two different versions. One that was stamped and one was stamped with a serial number. And you can see that right here. These were not the most greatest art that you could get in all of Saekano. And it would just really hurt for the fact that there were no signatures on here. So there you go. There's all these beautiful ones down here below. This one says SSP, but this is not an SSP. This is SP. So it's, I think it got all messed up because of what they did with the updates to the website. But you can see right here what we got was 5 SPs, 6 triple rares, 12 super rares. There was a whole lot of parallels inside of this. Inside of your trial deck, same exact thing. The best part about it was the fact that they didn't even bother putting a serial number inside of the trial deck. I remember people saying this is an awesome art. I'm like, I don't get it, man. She got a phone in front of her face. But hey, everybody loves different things. Now, if you take a look at my anime list. Why do I do this? Because I want to know how many people love this anime. And I will tell you, I am one of those people. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I watched all the different ones. And you can see here on my anime list. Let me zoom in more. There we go. 687,000 members scored it at 7.47. But then you get down to the next couple, and that's what happens with all anime, right? The fan base drops off, or maybe they just didn't want to go back on my anime list. You make the decision on all of that, but it eventually drops down. But still, it was a really good anime. Now, going over here to TCG Player, where I take a look at all of this stuff. Interesting enough, if I sort this thing by high to low, like everything, as in booster box, your cards, every rarity possible, just see what's on the top of the list here, right? We got trial deck display. That's not even a booster box. Look at the booster boxes down here in number 6 land. That is insane. Over here, what we got is Utaha triple rare, 31.99. And I know these go by market prices. You could click in and see how much they're actually going for then. But you could see what is happening here. This is not good. Like you go down, what, 9? I went down 9 different items and you're below, not even 9, 7 items and you're below $10 at that point. It's just crazy to me what really happened on here. I mean, I'll give you a quick spoiler. If you go on Weiss Tea Time right now, you can see the Weiss Schwarz BCS master post, and you're not gonna find Saekano on here. Not to say that people don't try, right? You can see right here we got this Weiss League Fall 2024 contender, 18 wins, 2 losses. So I'm not going to say Saekano is out. I'm not going to say the dream of people winning with Saekano is over, but potentially you're not going to see anything. And also, just going over here, if you're wondering if there was a restriction on the set, maybe that's why it's not doing so good. There is none. There's nothing here. Nothing here. But you do have the slime one, but I continually see slime everywhere. But here you go. Saekano sealed booster box, sealed trial decks. It's a nightmare, man. This is what really can go wrong. Anybody thought that they were going to invest in this one and was going to have a good time? You were not. I mean, like there were some dead giveaways why this is going to be really bad. And if you still have not learned the giveaways for that, I mean, I guess you should go back and watch my buy or invest videos. But hopefully, I'll be able to create some videos coming up about how I come about trying to figure out what I want to buy. But those videos will give you a guide on all of it. You can see this right here, the booster box case, $400 for 18 of these things. I didn't even do the math. Hey, I'm not one of those great people that have a calculator in my head, so let's just do this for all of you on screen. $22. $22 a booster box. That is freaking insane. And now I go over here to the booster box. What we got? $19.14. And I will tell you, people still buy this. Look at this chart, man. Isn't this crazy? Yeah, I mean, this one goes all the way up to 10. That's amazing. But I mean, it's pretty nice if you actually like Saekano, if you want some of these cards. You know what? Why not? It doesn't even cost you all that much. If you just want the thrill of opening a box of cards, here you go. This is exactly what this is for. Apparently, at this point, for the sellers that hurt, you see the trial deck, $7.16. Are people buying this? Yeah, there you go. Drips and drabs. There you go. And I think that's the power of the IP kicking in. And then finally, the most important part about all of this, you have your trial deck display, $38.95. Why do I say that? Because if you take a look over here, I'm going to show you why the trial deck display, if you do not know, is very important. It's not because you have this TSP. No, nobody cares. $24.24, right? Like, not the greatest card. Well, you really want. You want some bikini cards. Bikini cards, everybody. Yeah, that's right. You got this Utaha, you got this Eriri, and you also got this Megumi down here. And you can find them in the trial deck display. Yeah, so potentially, like if you go over here and buy this trial deck display, you could get the SP. It's actually kind of insane when you think about it that the SP is like the one thing you don't want. You want to actually end up with the triple rare, which is either the Utaha, Eriri, or the Megumi. Like if I click on this Eriri, by the way, this is for light play, $28.99. You have this Eriri, $35.99. Of course, it hasn't sold in a long time. So you could probably say like it's on the same playing field as that SP, but I would have to guess that most people would probably want the bikini versions versus this Megumi with a cell phone interface without no chance at a serial number whatsoever. If you're wondering what we got here on eBay, take a look at this, $24.99, sold as of February 6th, and that is with free shipping as well. Can you imagine that? The fees that you have to pay on that just for eBay, and then you have to pay for shipping. That is horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. That's no good. I don't know how much you just lost there, but it was quite a bit. Okay, depending on where you bought it. Like, if they bought it from the distributor, maybe not. I guess it's kind of bad. It's really bad. Now, Saekano, that's what it is. This is a time period. Just take a look at this. Look at this time period. If because again, I've been doing this on my channel member videos, and it's just one of those ones where you could just see you had Rascal with those signatures. You had Hollow Live Premium Booster Box, those signatures. You had Attack on Titan and everything that came with that. You also had, oh, you had the Quints, but then you had Tokyo Revengers. It was a horrible period of time back in 2022, which is really rough for sellers. And I know for sure that some people dropped off after that. Okay. Here's your SRs. We got Utaha, the night together. Oh man, we got this Eriri all the way up there. But again, there were some cards that were worth picking up to actually play with. Okay, so you did have some beautiful cards, and I say that kind of like what I'm saying about Weiss Schwarz Rose. I feel like the stuff is gonna be in the SRs. Trust me on that. Actually, don't trust me because I don't know. Bushiroad doesn't actually talk to me. So I would say it's gotta be in the SR, like some of these, or in the triple rares, like what you got over here. But then you take a look, some of these cards people were hopeful to actually use for a deck, and then for a while there, they were jacked up. Right, you had some of these double rares that were a little bit high. Of course, you can't forget about the rares inside of the set because people use them inside of the decks, and then you also have the uncommons. But again, because of the booster box and how much EV was actually in there, people can readily open them up and get the cards out. I think that was a big thing. People are trying to buy out these cards, and then there was a lot of supply because people still felt that investing in everything in Y Schwarz was the way to go. And you know what? I told you that's not the way to do it, right? That is definitely not the way to do it. And I hopefully you didn't get destroyed when this set came out. And then you have the rest of the cards, common, climax rare, climax common, nothing to see. And finally, your PR card, which I know people are looking for, that stealthy classmate Megumi over there. But you can see what's going on with this set. I mean, meta was not the greatest, right? It was an old set when it came out, so it didn't do very well. It needed other cards that, we have two other releases. Okay. You also had lack of signatures, even lack of serial numbers inside of here. Just not a whole lot going for this set. I think it was one of those ones where, like Bushiroad just thought they could do no wrong. They were just announcing these sets, and when they came out and how they actually performed afterwards, I don't know if they really expected that. But eventually, hopefully, we got some better. But then I look at this list. I'm like, we got Miss Kobayashi Dragon Mage, which did all right. You had Seven Deadly Sins Revival, the Commandments. It did okay. You had Kaguya Love is War. Oh God, this is the second set. Yeah, and you remember this one. The band members. 2022 was a rough year. I will tell you. Weiss Schwarz thought they were like invincible. That was not the case. Dang, dang. I look at this and I'm like, dang, this is crazy. Why did they put this down here twice? Maybe because it's clickable. Who freaking knows? I don't understand. I hope we get some good stuff, and we know that there are many things coming up. I mean, outside of the Marvel, the Pixar, Disney, Rurouni Kenshin with those signatures on here. Look at Chikora, I know people love, but I don't think that one had signatures. Don't go beyond that. I'm pretty sure that's how it went, but actually, did they write anything here? Let me see. Oh, serial number card. Yeah, we got Sirs inside of there. Great. Great, good stuff. And then the Goddess of Victory Nikke with no AGR, and then Rascal with no My Signature. Yeah, that's going to be very fun. We'll see how this one works out. Hopefully, people didn't gamble a ton on it if that's the case, but we shall see. We shall see. That is everything. If you enjoy this type of video, again, I shove this in channel member videos, not because I want to paywall you, just because people don't like these videos. So that's just where I've been putting them. But I want you to remember this. When it comes to Weiss Schwarz, you need to definitely pay attention to what the IP is, what the art, and maybe you don't know what the art's going to be like, but we also have this thing called Weiss Schwarz JP. You need to take a look at that, see how it performed over there before investing, right? Part of investing is actually doing some research and not just blindly buying things. I hope you all do that. This isn't Pokemon. This isn't like everything makes money in Pokemon if you just hold it long enough. This is Weiss Schwarz. And you will get destroyed because not every anime is good. And I think people need to remember that. Just the word anime means many different genres and many different girls or guys inside of it. And people just don't know. But anyways, that is all. I'm rambling on here. I hope you had a great weekend because this one's going to be a very snowy one for me. But that's it. As always, have fun behaving. Don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.